We're on the record in the matter of Joseph Mattel versus Michael Petey and Chrissy Petey. File number is 22-04155LT. Parents, please. State your name for the record.
Hey, Your Honor, Joe Patelli.
Thank you. And your name, sir?
Michael Shane Petey.
Thank you. Today was the date that was reset to continue the hearing. And so we reset this matter because there were some records as it relates to pest control, and you were supposed to provide the court with some evidence that some things had been addressed.
Yep.
But I do understand that there was a discussion between the two of you before today. Have you come to a resolution at all?
So he is not contesting the amount that's owed.
Well, actually, I am. What was the $5,600 for when did that person last or just to give?
Are you, so you want to know what the amount that you paid when you moved in?
Shouldn't that deduct some from what?
Well, that we can deal with that, but he's saying the amount that's due to date, which is what amount?
So I don't have the prorated from this month, but the amount would be $12,565 plus the prorated May rent that is payable on the 27th. So we
May rent or June rent?
May 27th through, well, it goes May
Oh,
27th
okay.
through June
So they pay on the
26th.
27th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So it would be May 27th through June 7th today.
Okay. And that amount you're not contesting, sir?
No, ma'am.
So your question now is you paid a first, last, and security?
Yeah, and then paid rent right after that. And a week later, I paid rent. So I figured that had to fall on some kind of
How much did he pay for first, last, and security?
First, last, and security was 53.85 that was paid on 10/27 of 21.
Okay, so how much of that would apply to this final balance is what his question is.
At this point, only last month's rent.
And security, correct?
Well, I mean, there may be damages upon move out that would be addressed with that security deposit.
I'm sorry, sir?
So from the mice, they tore his walls, have holes where they dug through. They're digging, as soon as we moved in, they started digging.
Okay, well, any damage that would have came from vermin, or rodents,
There's no
that you wouldn't be responsible for that, but you would need to, when you leave the property, you gotta leave. Well, you can't, you can't talk over me, because then the hearing's over.
Yep.
Because I'm not gonna do that. What you wanna do when you vacate a property, anytime you're renting, is you wanna leave the property in broom swept condition. Do you know what that means?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're cleaning up all of your items and you're cleaning up the walls. And if you put pictures in the walls, you're patching it and painting over that. You're fixing any damage that you caused, so that you don't get charged for that damage.
Yeah.
And then you're scheduling a walkthrough with the owner of the property where you're taking pictures or video to show this is the condition upon which I left this property in case there's a dispute later that no, there was some damage. So that's how you deal with that. If it's something that came from a result of what he just had to get addressed, I think he's a reasonable individual. I think he wouldn't charge you for it. But if in the event that he does, you cover yourself by taking those videos, leaving the property in broom swept condition and having a scheduled walkthrough before you leave to address the security deposit. Too many people are leaving properties and not dealing with the security deposit and they just expecting to get a check later. No, if you didn't leave the property in broom swept condition and he's got to get trash picked up and call cleaners to come do stuff above and beyond what he normally would need to do, he's got to charge you. That's how that works. Let me see your evidence that you had the conditions of the property address.
With the certificate of compliance satisfied.
So it looks like he did get a certificate of compliance for rental dwelling that was dated for today, and it doesn't expire until 2024, it looks like. Okay. Yes, sir.
And what does that mean, ma'am?
So we remember code compliance was called out to the property and he was told he had to address some issues. He previously provided evidence that these issues were going to be addressed. I do see here pictures where there was large amount of turds. So there must have been a major rodent issue.
Yeah.
I see dead mice here in some of these pictures. I believe you submitted these pictures. You submitted these pictures because they didn't tell me, they just attached.
We all had bumps all over us from the mice. They're so bad.
Okay. And so that is the issue from which they wanted to have a hearing. I see mice turds. It looks like in the area where there's a child's stuff. Mice turds on their counter where it looks like a coffee maker is, all in their cabinets. I mean, this is overwhelming. And I think that your discussion needs to discuss how you're gonna abate that. Otherwise, I'll do it. No, how you're gonna abate that from what they owe you. They don't have to live in those conditions.
Okay, but if I'm not given notice of that until we walk through for an inspection with the city.
You saying you never knew that you had these mice in the house?
There was never discussion of mice until we walked through with the city.
Yes, sir.
inspector.
When we moved into the house, underneath the kitchen sink, there's light bulbs, mouse traps, raised poggers, all in a little basket for like a little home kit. And I questioned my daughter right from the start. I go, why are there mouse traps and stuff in this basket that has spare light bulbs for the house?
Did you all ever notify the landlord that you were having a mice issue?
I think my daughter did now.
Well,
I work constantly.
Well, we need to know that she did.
She did.
How do I know?
Joe, can you for that?
She discussed the mice when I was there at the city inspection, yes. that
Never
is true,
before.
But never before that. No,
When did they move into this property?
in 21. October 27th of 21.
First week, mice were digging in my closet, the baseboard.
I don't discount that. I don't think that this mice problem just blew up right before there was an inspection. When was that inspection?
Well, the first scheduled inspection was, I believe, in April
Of this year?
of this year. Yeah, because the city license for a property is every 3 years.
Okay, so they moved in, your license was up to date,
Mhm.
and so they didn't have another inspection until April of this year. And so it wasn't, and you have to say yes for the record.
Yes,
Okay, and it wasn't until then you're stating that you were notified that there
were fleas and mice, and I asked if the dogs were on flea prevention, and they said no, and I said the best thing you can do is get them on flea prevention. And you'll need to bomb the house for fleas because there were no fleas here when you moved in.
I'm not gonna address the fleas, but I do have here from Oregon, I mean, that's, no one's paying me to live in a house with that amount of burden.
Okay, but I have the two invoices with all the traps set from the bugman and with all the notes that say that there's an infestation, but it's not excessive. There's trash in the house. There was dog food on the floor. They didn't remove the dog food.
What is this that you have there? Did you submit this or did they submit this? Because they don't tell me who.
They submit that.
Okay,
and
because someone just put it in the file. I don't know who it came
I
from.
don't use Orkin.
Okay, Chrissy PD dropped that off. Orkin came out and you have who?
I've had the bugman do the treatment. There was a treatment, a follow-up treatment. They recommended coming back after 3 weeks, which I had completed, to have all the traps refilled or the bait stations refilled, and I paid for all those invoices. The bugman recommended removing the food and water at night so that the mice would not have a food source. And they said that they couldn't do that because of the age of the dogs. So the
So that the
treatment,
mice would have a food source. What about sealing up the access areas to how the mice get in?
if you look at the reports, there are no clear access areas where mice are getting in.
I have pictures on my phone of it.
Pictures of your phone of what, sir?
The mouth holes. There's one in my closet. I told you he's been digging through my closet ever since we moved in there.
Okay, but
I just said it.
what I'm saying is there are no outside access points that we could identify.
Okay. Still gotta fix the back.
If you all want to have further conversation, I can give you the time that you need. I see what this is from Bugman. You're gonna have to explain to me what I'm looking at.
So those are that was the treatment invoice, and then the notes are the details from the treatment. A lot of that is not really understandable because it's so many units of poison, so many traps. The general summary was, I think they set 16 bait traps full of bait, came back on the second visit, and those 16 bait traps were replenished. About half of them had shown activity, and so they were replenished. The tech at the time said that he thought it would need another 3 weeks before he would come back and do an additional bait station refill, which was completed last week when we were supposed to have the hearing. They're a license.
It's here they were able to carpet seal or foam behind the refrigerator and around stone blocks in the basement. Reality is older homes, especially with Michigan basements, mice can can and will enter as often as it becomes pretty much impossible. Find every crack or crevice the size of a pinky finger. The best option in these instances, once control is obtained, is to continue with prevention efforts, in my opinion. It did not, he said he didn't know any excessive trash present. There was some clutter, he said, in the basement for possible hiding nesting spots. There was no fleas observed when he was there. I don't know what this asterisk means. Okay, so he says some areas had a considerate infestation. Moderate, somewhat moderate, but considerate in some spots, but not beyond the ability to get control. I can look at the pictures and tell you that far more than moderate to me. That there should never be this amount of mice turds in someone's house. Are these the same reports twice?
Maybe, I may have given you
Yeah, I
double
think they're the
copies.
same reports twice. Okay, and then what they entered or presented was. You said they notified you first in April of 2023?
Yeah, when we were having the inspection, she told me.
So how did she get Orkin already out here in April? Okay, and where's Miss Petey?
She's in the hospital. She had COVID and she had breathing problems last night.
This is the second time she had a court date that she alleged to have been ill.
Yeah, she has a real poor immune system.
Okay,
She has,
I can guarantee you living in these conditions would make it worse. I can guarantee that.
That's what it is.
I need her, I have questions for her. Can she log in?
Yeah, she can.
Do you have her number?
Yes, ma'am.
You can call her. Orkin says that they found multiple areas outside or locations outside allowing for mouse entry into the home. But they found activity in almost every room of the home, mice activity. There's mice coming out of the stove, on top of the stove,
Creepy.
more than one. This is not a mild infestation. This is not just because there was dog food. You see these pictures?
I've not seen the pictures.
Oh,
I've not seen.
Got it. I think you'd feel differently if you saw these pictures.
Sorry, man. I shut my phone off.
That's fine.
This for me?
That's the copy they gave me. They were supposed to give you a copy. That's my copy.
Okay, so how do I get a copy?
They're gonna have to figure out a copy for you because we're not making colored printed pictures for you guys, so. But that's what was in my court file today.
I mean, had I seen this?
No, take your time and just review it so you can.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'll just take a picture of each page.
We can scan it to you. And email it to you if that's what you want.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You gotta scan that down. Okay, you're not able to get in contact with her?
My junkie phone is still a little.
What about the other phone?
Stop
Please, Joe.
remembering phone numbers, huh?
I can do it.
She'll save the day.
You can keep one of these, is that what you're?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
That was in
What's
your
that?
packet, the rent log. as far as like the money goes.
Yes, did you give them a copy of that?
I did, yes.
Okay, yes, let's see the copy. Thank you.
Actually, the speaker, I think.
Okay. She handled my case on this one.
Oh, he did say it was a Judge Ward case.
Oh, Judge Ward did original handlings. It said it made a disclosure regarding retaliation. Is that what it says? I gave you the handling. Can we pull up her record?
What was that date?
That was February 22nd, 2023.
Maybe my phone won't work here, Your Honor.
I'm sorry,
It just keeps trying to load.
I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay, so the first notice he had of the conditions of the property as relates to the mice, you're not contesting that that was April. And so that would have been after this eviction had been started, correct? Okay. And so he did produce a log here of past due rent. You're not disputing that amount. I think it says here $12,565. What is the $600?
Yeah.
What is the $600 for on that?
Late, I have a $75 late fee, and I realize the courts often adjust that to what you allow for the limit, so
Oh, and so was that included in that
No.
12,000? So it's plus your late fee?
Correct.
Okay, and then you're saying you have court cost of $209.76?
Correct.
Okay, and then they paid, first and last and security deposits, they're going to vacate the property. Did you discuss when you're gonna vacate the property?
I asked, and you won't comply. I asked till
Comply
like
with what?
the 21st when I get my next paycheck
21st of what?
this month.
Okay, I'm gonna give you to the 21st of this month
ma'am.
because you've been living in some hellacious conditions.
Yes, ma'am.
And your stuff needs to be probably cleaned out before you need to leave.
You're taking it all to the dump.
I'm sorry,
We're taking it all to the dump. Yes,
I would
ma'am.
advise it, but that's up to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And so you wouldn't need to the 21st to vacate. So judgment's gonna enter in favor of the plaintiff for the amount that they're requesting, $12,565 plus, we're gonna adjust your late fee to $50 a month.
And then proration for
And then, but we need that amount though,
the 21st.
plus your prorated amount of rent through the 21st of June, okay? Yes,
I'm not book smart, ma'am, so if everything's looking on your paper,
what do you mean?
I
You
just,
mean the math?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we'll do the math for you, for sure.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
just want to see here, you filed for money judgment too, sir?
Okay.
He did file for money judgment. You all did not file a conflict complaint. Or I gave an opportunity for you to do that. Okay, so there was a request for money judgment, so you're seeking possession and a money judgment, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so possession judgment will be granted for the amount, that's the 12,565 plus $109 for court costs, plus
26 days.
7 months of rent.
59.83 is the daily rate. 26 days is 15.55.58 prorated.
It's 8.
So 12, 6.5 is $14,120.58. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 50. It's $350.
Okay, what is the prorated amount again?
For the month or?
For the
total
month, for
prorated?
between May 27th and June 21st.
15.55.58,
1555.58. What's their monthly rate, rent?
17.95.
Okay. I have 14,680.56. Is that what you have?
All the fees total?
Correct.
$14,680.34.
You said 34 cents. You have
Let me just-
209.76 for costs, and then prorated 1555.80. Is that what I have, right?
Yes. Oh, 5.8, sorry, 15.55.58.
58, okay, I have 80, okay. 0.58. Okay,
14,680.34.
okay, so that's the total amount that will enter as to a money judgment. Possession judgment gonna enter for the amount of $12,565. And there's gonna be a date of the 21st. You need to vacate that property by the 21st. Leave the property in broom swept condition. Schedule a walkthrough with him, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions today?
No.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. We'll get some paperwork and then you'll be all set, okay? You're welcome.
You have a lovely day.
Same to you.
It's gonna take a second. Yeah, we can bring it out.
Nicholas Bigelow.
Our audio isn't.
Nicholas Bigelow.
Our audio isn't.
We still have time. And what happened?
What's your name, ma'am?
Deborah Searles.
Okay, your matter was dismissed.
Oh, thank you.
Was it a conditional dismissal?
So we're all done,
Okay.
okay, right?
You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And have a heart attack.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Oh.
We're just waiting for the plaintiff's attorney to appear.
Thank you.
No problem.
Waiting for who?
Waiting for the attorney for the apartment.
Hmm.
Yeah, that attorney.
You might gonna show up in person.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay, let's see. On the record in the matter of Cedar Place Apartments versus Paul Shepley, file number is 23-00444 LTE. Council, can I have your appearance?
Christopher Asphalt on behalf of the plaintiff 53129.
Okay, and then we have Mr. Shepley who's present. He does have his caseworker from CMH with him providing assistance. We were here a few weeks ago and there was a consent judgment, I believe, that was discussed. And DHS, I think, was gonna pay $410 and St. Vincent was gonna pay $850. Were we able to confirm those payments?
Your Honor, the DHS payment expired. So I have to reapply.
Okay, so you have to apply, you said it expired when, sir?
6/2/2023 on the 2nd.
Okay. And what about St. Vincent?
St. Vincent, my date with them is on the 12th. My appointment with them. My new date.
Let me put you, okay, I'm gonna put you all back in the meeting room with Mr. Asphalt for you to discuss this. My notes stated that defendant was gonna pay before the 5th through DHS $410 and then $850 from St. Vincent. But we'll see if that needs to be adjusted, okay?
Okay.
I'll put you in room 1. Okay, what's your name, ma'am?
Janae Davis, the property manager for Cedar Place Apartments.
Okay, sounds good.
think it's better with the speaker.
By June 19th, I'll be at the homeless shelter.
Yeah.
So I'll take it.
Mhm.
I wish it was the first.
Mr. Asphalt, are you there, sir?
I am,
Were you all able to come to some sort of resolution?
yes.
What type of resolution is that, sir?
Consent judgment of possession.
Okay, just a moment.
Be seated. Okay, we're back on the record in the matter of Cedar Place Apartments versus Paul Shebley, and the parties have entered a consent judgment. Is that correct?
That is correct, Judge.
Can you place the terms on the record?
Yes, the parties are in agreement that there's $4,229.10 due and owing. The defendant is to pay $1,000 by June 19 in the balance of $3,229.10 by June 30th. If the defendant fails to make either payment and fails to vacate the property, then plaintiff can file for an order of eviction after June 30th.
Can you give me the total due again?
$4,229.10.
Mr. Shebley, did you hear those terms?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you want to give up your right to be represented by an attorney to enter into a consent judgment, sir?
What are my choices?
You're right, you have a right to be represented by an attorney. I don't know, excuse me, that you met with legal services. I have a note here that you declined to meet with legal services previously. Did you meet with them later?
Yes.
Okay, and so they were not able to provide you representation, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so then you would have the right to still be represented, but you would have to hire counsel or see if there were any other resources through the state bar that could provide you with representation.
Well, I would like that.
Okay, and then you also have the right to have a trial in this matter. You understood that?
Yes.
Okay, and so you would have to give up your right to have a trial or a hearing in this matter in order to enter into consent judgment. Are you willing to waive your right to a trial in this matter to enter into the consent judgment?
No,
Okay, so then we'll set this matter for a hearing because he's not willing to waive his rights in to trial or to be represented by counsel.
Obviously, that's fine, Judge. The defendant did not bring this up to me, so I just want to advise them that at the trial, if the court finds in my favor, I will be seeking an order of eviction as soon as possible. So that could be less than June 30th, or it could be more, depending on the adjournment. I just wanted to let them know that, Your Honor.
Okay. Is Sue gonna set this?
You want to set for a hearing or for?
It could be a hearing. We can have a hearing
July 19th.
July
I
19th.
should have done.
8:53. July 19th at 3:15. Mr. Shebley, if you're seeking counsel, you need to make sure you have counsel before then, okay?
Okay,
Okay. Do you have any questions today?
I hope it didn't mess up my relationship with the attorney. My taking this matter to try to get some help from legal help. I
You
still
say you don't want to mess up your relationship with the attorney?
want to work it out on the 19th.
Okay, well, you don't have a relationship with the attorney. He represents the landlord,
Okay,
okay?
yes.
Do you have any other questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, you're all set for today on this matter.
Thank you.
Which man is Ms. Pereira on?
Serious or Cyril's, but.
Oh, okay, Ms. Pereira, your matter was dismissed, correct? Deborah Searles?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm also filling in for Ms. Till on Eula Jackson.
Okay, we don't have an appearance on that one. I do vaguely remember being on that.
I will make sure that gets into you, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Jackson was at the last hearing, is my recollection, and then logged off and then never logged back on, so I reset it. I don't see her here today.
Your Honor, I know that there were some emails earlier this morning about a possible conditional dismissal. Would it be all right if Mr. Asfalk and I check in a breakout room?
Yep, I'll add you to room 1.
Thank you.
Mr. Witt, Mr. Shebley's free to go for today. Okay, did the parties come to a resolution?
Yes, we did, Judge.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of Cedar Place Apartments versus Eula Jackson, file number is 23-00443 LT, council appearance.
For asphalt for the plaintiff.
And Veronica Prayer on behalf of Ms. Jackson.
Okay, today was the date set for a hearing. The parties have come to resolution. Please state the terms of the record.
Parties are in agreement that there's currently due and owing $6,366.50. The defendant is to pay that amount or vacate the property by June 30th. If she fails to do either, then plaintiff can move to set aside the conditional dismissal under paragraph 4B without need for further court hearing. And a judgment of possession in order of eviction could enter at that time.
Okay, and Ms. Pereira, you're gonna go over that with Ms. Jackson and get that signed and executed and sent to the court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well then we're all set. It's noted for the record. We'll look forward to the signed conditional dismissal.
So Veronica, will you be signing for the defendant?
Yes.
Okay, I will put that in the order and send it over to you.
Perfect. Thank you. And Your Honor, I'll make sure that that appearance makes its way over to the file.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're all set. That's all we have here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Why, would I get another one of these for Eula Jackson or no? Like this?
No, no, because this would resolve her case as a
Yes.
conditional dismissal.
Thank you.
No problem. Same to you. Let's see. Did I? So we got Mr. Freeman. I'm sorry.
I
just
believe that's
ask-
everything. Guys, have a good day.
Have a good one.